Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for ninth session on programmable logic controllers. In the last session, we have discussed about the different types of timers, that is, mainly on retentive on delay timers, cascade timers, simple counters, up counter, and a down counter. Now, in the current session, let us see what a master control relay is, how the internal relay works in a PLC, the shift registers, jump controls, and mnemonics used in PLC. So this is a master control relay ladder logic here. When large number of outputs have to be controlled, that is output 1, output 2, like this, whenever we require to control large number of outputs, a master control relay is used. So here, this ladder diagram shows the use of such a relay to control the section of a ladder program. So with no input to IN1, the output internal relay MC1 is not energized, and so its contacts are open. This means that all the rungs between where it is designated to operate another master control relay is located or switched off. When input IN1 contact closes, the master control relay MC1 is energized. Once this happens, all the rungs between it and rung within its and the rung with its reset MCR1 are switched on. The outputs out1 and out2 cannot be switched on by inputs IN2 and IN3 until the master control relay has been switched on. Now coming to the internal relays. The internal relay, it is also called as an auxiliary relay or a marker, is not an actual relay, but it is just the simulation of a software of a PLC. So these internal relays are used with multiple inputs. Multiple inputs are multiple output conditions. The first rung here shows the input arrangement to control the coils of IR1. The second rung shows another input arrangement to control the coils of IR2 here. The contacts of the two relays, the contacts of the two relays are input in an OR condition to control the output. Now coming to the next part, that is the shift register. A register is number of internal relays grouped together, normally 8, 16 or 32. Each internal relay is either effectively open or closed. These states being designated as 0 and 1. Registers are used for storing the data. With the shift register, it is possible to shift the stored bits. Shift registers require three inputs. One, to load the data into the first location of the register. One has to command to shift the data along by one location, and one to reset or clear the register of data. When X400 is switched on, logic 1 is loaded to the first element of the shift register, that is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. Thus, M140 contact closes and Y430 is switched on. When contact X401 is closed, the bits in the registers are shifted by one place to give 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. 1 being shifted into the register because of X400 is still on. Thus, contact M141 closes and Y431 is switched on. Shift registers are used to sequence the events. Next, coming onto the jump controls. Jump instruction causes the program control to branch to a specified point other than the next line of the program sequence. There are two types of jump instructions: jump with non-return and jump with return. Jump with non-return. Jump with non-return, it is similar to skipping certain portions of the main program. All the outputs in the skipped for portion are frozen because their inputs are not scanned and they are being skipped. Programming scanning takes place from top to bottom when jump is instruction, that is JMP, is encountered. The main control goes to jump destination LBL, and program scanning continues from there. LBL instruction is the target of the jump. The second one is jump with return. When a process requires particular operation to be performed number of times, identical programs has to be written number of times in the main program. This results in waste of effort and PLC memory. The basic jump with return operation is shown here in this figure. The jump with return instruction JSR goes to subroutine when activated. It then returns from the subroutine to the main program as shown in this figure. When the rung containing jump to subroutine JSR instruction is true, the subroutine is called. The address of JSR and LBL are same. When subroutine is completed, control returns to the main program. The return is always to the rung next to the JSR in the main program. Now let us see the different mnemonics names which are commonly used in the instruction set of PLC. In the programming of PLCs, like the ABB PLC or Allen Bradley PLC or Omron PLC, mnemonics are used. And some of the very commonly used mnemonics or the instructions are listed here. So mnemonics for the instructions are listed here. Examine if closed, we use XIC. Examine if open, XIO. Output energized, OTE. Timer on delay, T on. Timer off delay, T off. Retentive timer or TO. Count up, CTU. Countdown, CTD. These are the various mnemonics used for the instructions used in PLCs. On the completion of this session, you should be able to know what a master control relay is, what is an internal relay, what are shift registers and jump controls, as well as the mnemonics used for the various instructions in PLC. Coming to the multiple choice question, a register is defined as dash, a group of latches for storing one bit of information, a group of latches for storing n bit of information, a group of flip-flops suitable for storing one bit of information, a group of flip-flops suitable for storing binary information. The answer is D, a group of flip-flops suitable for storing binary information. The register is a type of A. Sequential circuit, B. Combinational circuit, C. Central processing unit, D. Latches. The answer is A. The register is a type of sequential circuit. How many types of register? How many types of registers are there? A2, B3, C4, D5. There are four types of registers. The main difference between a register and a counter is a register has no specific sequence of states. A counter has no specific sequence of states. A register has capability to store one bit of information but counter has n bit. A register counts data. The answer is A. A register has no specific sequence of states. In D register, D stands for delay, decrement, data, decay. In D register, D stands for data. Registers capable of shifting in one direction is universal shift register, unidirectional shift register, unipolar shift register, and unique shift register. The answer is B, unidirectional shift register. A register that is used to store binary information is called data register, binary register, shift register, deregister. The answer is B, binary register. A shift register is defined as a register capable of shifting information to another register, a register capable of shifting information either to the right or to the left, a register capable of shifting information to the right only, a register capable of shifting information to the left only. The answer is B, the register capable of shifting the information either to the right or to the left. How many methods of shifting of data are available? A2, B3, C4, D5. The answer is A2. In serial shifting method, data shifting occurs A, one bit at a time, B, simultaneously, C, 2 bit at a time, D, 4 bit at a time. The answer is A. In serial shifting method, data shifting occurs 1 bit at a time. Thank you.